All right, guys, how's everybody doing?
Woo! Let's go!
All right, all right, all right. So welcome to the countdown call, guys. Make sure you got your notebooks out. If you're driving or something like that, I assume a few of you guys are driving because you're blacked out there at the bottom. So that's fine.
I'm working.
But just make sure that you, let me mute that. Let me make sure, make sure that if you are driving and stuff and you can't take notes right now, make sure that when you get home, and we upload the recording, that you listen to the first 10 or 15 minutes or whatever that you didn't take notes on, go back and listen to it and get the notes down. Very important that you guys are in student mode, not just hearing it, but getting it down. So now you got it documented, and no pun intended, but you can go back and study it, study the information, and or share the information with whoever it's appropriate that you share the information with. Okay, so very important on that stuff. Also, a reminder, again, and get this in your notes, when we're on the Wednesday night calls, and I know that y'all do Sunday night calls with the Ohana team, fantastic. Make sure that you're always in student mode. Student mode. Clear all distractions. You know, the cat right now is not important. Whether the dog ate 3 hours ago, not important. Nothing's important right now other than you being attentive on the session here. And that goes for any session that you're involved in. So always clear distractions, blinders on, student mode, be a sponge, because you never know what little 1 or 2 or 3 or 7 minute segment of a training session is going to make a difference for you and help you take off in the right direction. Make sense? Nod your head. Okay, so always be in student mode. Couple things. I'll just get my stuff out of the way real quick. I'm going to go at record pace here. So take feverish notes. Again, we've been getting great feedback with all the interaction. Like last week, I mean, I got a lot of private messages with people saying a lot of positive things, how impacted they were by all the different voices saying, this is what's happening over here, this is what's happening over here, and not just this is what's happening, but this is why it's happening, and this is what I do, and this is my mindset, and just everything intertwined. So keep in mind the power of that, the power of interaction, and the impact that you end up having on others. I'm telling you, sometimes somebody will speak for 1 or 2 minutes, and we're like, all right, drop the mic, we're done, that's it. You know what I mean? That's the show, because some of y'all are so powerful with what you have to say. And I'm going to tell you another thing right now, and y'all remember this. A lot of the other business builders that are on the call or that are listening to the call later, or watching the call later rather, they'll end up relating to you and what you got going on a lot more than they're ever going to relate to what I have to say. Okay? Because I've been in for, however many decades and all that other good stuff. And there's just something about the way that people learn, right? And whether they receive it or whether they shut down to it or whether they believe it or whether they, all that stuff. But when it comes from somebody that is, newer in the business, maybe they've been in for 3 months or 6 months or 9 months, and they say, oh, I just became a supervisor, and I just got a senior consultant. Guess what? That's a lot more powerful, and a lot more, it makes them believe in themselves more, because they're like, oh my goodness, that person's only been in for 2 months, 3 months, 3 weeks, and they're already a supervisor. Oh my goodness, there's hope for me. You guys understand that? I mean, when you got somebody in the business that's in for 2 or 3 decades, it's like the newer person is almost like, well, of course they expect you to be, well, of course you can do that, and of course this, and of course that, because you've been around so long, and of course you know how to do that. But when a person been in for 3 weeks or 3 months does it, then they're going, oh my God, I can do that. Does that make sense to y'all from a psychological, a learning level? So just keep in mind, never underestimate the impact of your story, and I don't necessarily mean your story, but never underestimate the impact of what you have to share with someone and how they can relate to it more than they can relate to somebody else that's been around forever and a day. Does that make sense? Nod your head.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. So good on that. So anyway, that's a little segue to be prepared to share tonight some tips because we are in full 2-minute warning mode right now. Write this down. We got 6 days till the end of the month. 6 days. Who can tell me what day the end of the month is on? The day.
A Monday.
Very good. Very good. Monday. So it's Wednesday night. So we still have tonight. That's why we're going quick, right? So you still have time to do business tonight. I know a lot of y'all do online business and on the phone and follow-ups, you know, whatever that you got going on. You still got time to do business tonight. Be in 2-minute warning mode. I'm sure some of y'all have already been in 2-minute warning mode, but now is really where you take it to the next level. See, up until now, it's been like 5 minutes in the football game or 5 minutes in the basketball game, right? But now we're down to 2 minutes starting now. Up till now, it's been 5 minutes. Yes, you've been more intense. Yes, you've been more, you know, sense of urgency. But right now, you've really got the sense of urgency because between now and the next 6 days, okay, I'm going to tell you, and of course, it always goes without saying, impacting lives, helping people, investing life into life. That always goes without saying. We're impacting lives. We're changing lives. We're helping people, right? We're leaving people better than we found, right? All that stuff. So that's a given. So just I want to really package that and put that out there for you. But I'm going to tell you one thing right now. In the 2-minute warning, it's all about, get this in your notes, production and volume points on the board, period. Again, I already said it's about changing lives. It's about impacting people. It's about, you know, all that stuff, right? But it's also, but the big thing is for you as a business owner, as an independent entrepreneur, it is about volume points. It is about the scoreboard. It's about the leaderboard, right? Because Jim Rohn says the numbers tell us the whole story. Does that make sense? The numbers tell the whole story of how well you're doing or how not well you're doing. Your bank account is a measuring stick. That's all. Of how well you're doing or how not well you're doing. It's a measuring stick. How much? How much? What's the number? Does that make sense? As a concept. So this is for April, but this is also for any month. 2-minute warning, closing the month. You got to become, okay, you don't got to do anything, first of all, but if you want to be financially free, you got it. If you don't want to be financially free, you don't got to do nothing, right? Raise your hand if you want to be financially free. Raise your hand if you want to be the vehicle that gets you there. Okay? Okay, so that's all of you. So I'm going to preach to the choir here, okay? So you got to do this. You got to learn how to close the month. The month. Okay? The last 6 days of the month. The last 7 days of the month. The last 10 days of the month. The last 5 days. The last 4 days. The last 3 days. 2 days. 1 day. The last 12 hours. The last 8 hours. The last 6 hours. The last 4 hours. The last 2 hours. Nobody that I have ever met in this business that's gotten to the president's team does not have that skill under their belt. I don't know if I said that right, but I think I did. Let me put it the other way. Everybody, I said nobody, everybody that's gotten to the president's team has that skill under their belt of knowing how to close out the month, the 2-minute warning. And again, for some of you guys that are just joining us, you know, in the last couple of minutes, we got 6 days. Some of y'all have already been in that 2-minute warning mode, like it's 5 minutes in the football game, 5 minutes in a basketball game, but now we're down to the 2 minutes. So now it really gets serious. So for the next 6 days, what's it all about? Yes, it's about impacting lives. Yes, it's about changing lives. Yes, it's about all that. But what it's really about for you as a business owner is production I need to see either some typing or some pens writing or whatever, okay? It's about production. It's about scoring points, the scoreboard, volume points. Because volume points is what gets you up the marketing plan. Nod your head if you understand that. Okay, volume points is what gets you up the marketing plan. Okay, personal volume, of course, personal documented volume, and what's the next? Group volume. Okay, and we got all these new terminologies and stuff, but I'm just going to stick with the old school terminologies. Group volume, personal volume. Group volume, personal volume. Group volume. When I talk about group volume, that's group volume under your supervisors. That's what moves you to active world team, global expansion team, millionaire team, and president's team. Okay, you understand that I just said active world team, global expansion team, millionaire team, and president's team. I didn't say, you know, AWT, get team, mill team, pres team. New people don't know what that is. What's a pres team? What's a mill team? Mill team? What does that mean? What's a get team? What does that mean? No, spell it out for people because it makes a difference. Global expansion team. Doesn't that sound good? Don't y'all want to be on the global expansion team? Global. You going global? Or are you going just around the neighborhood? It's not the neighborhood expansion team. Global. I'm a global expansion team member. Doesn't that sound better than I'm a get team member? Get team? That's kind of weak. Although you get the 2% extra. That's why they call it the get team. You get the 2% extra. That's what Mark Hughes always said. So instead of making 5% on your royalties, you're making 7% royalties and bonus. Okay. Doesn't millionaire team sound better than mill team? What's a mill team? What do you work in a cutting trees in a sawmill? No, it's millionaire team, not mill team. I'm teaching y'all something because when y'all talk to your people, you want to say words that, number one, they understand. You can't use acronyms with new people, okay? And by the way, what's a new person? Hey, in my world, Alcy is still new. You know, a new person doesn't mean they signed up 3 days ago. You could be in for a year, but from my perspective, that's been in for 7 decades, he's still new. You guys got it? And so I wanna say global expansion team every time I talk to people about it, because now that sticks in Alcy's brain, and he says, I want to be a global expansion team member. Okay. Now, behind the scenes, behind closed doors, if you want to say get team, that's fine. But just understand the concept. You guys understand? With those acronyms and stuff like that. Okay. So getting back to it. Personal volume and group volume. Group volume moves you up the marketing plan to what? Active world team? Why ain't I saying world team? Well, you can get to world team with your own personal volume. Active world team and above, you have to have a certain, at least a royalty coming in. And the royalty is what you earn off supervisors underneath you. And remind me to come back to supervisors underneath you, because we got the pilot program and it's easier than ever to get supervisors underneath you. I mean, if there's ever, get this in your notes, if there's ever a time, if there's ever a month, if there's ever a year to be building your base of supervisors, this is the year, because you've been given a gift that's never happened in the history of the company with this new supervisor program. Supervisor, 2,000 volume points in 2 months, and you could become a supervisor. You kidding me? It used to be 4,000. Okay, you can get 2 super tag on a buddy system, 1, 2, A, B in a vertical line, up and down line. You can get 2 supervisors for a total of 3,000 in 2 months accumulated. That means they can do 2,000 the first month, and then 500 apiece the second month. And that, what is that? 2,000 plus 1,000, 3,000. They both become a supervisor. A line of 2 is what we call it. A line of 2, a buddy system, tagging someone on. Those are all the slang terms. You can tag another one on vertically, A, B, C. And the third one can become a supervisor for another, for another 1,000 accumulated in 2 months. Okay. So essentially the first one could do 2,000. Okay. In 2 months accumulated. They can do 1,500 the first month, 500 the second month. Boom, there's 2,000. This one and this one can do 500 each in 2 months. What's the total? 500 and 500 is 1,000. 500 and 500 is 1,000. 1 and 2. Okay, B and C. And then this one did the 1,000 and 1,000. That's 2,000. So 2, 1, and 1. There's 4,000. And all 3 of them tag on within a 2-month period of time. Doesn't matter where the volume is. They can all become supervisors. And that's how you start building your supervisor base. And then once they become a fully qualified supervisor, for the rest of your life, you earn royalties. No matter what they do. No matter if they drink a shake, guess what? Boom, there's 5% in your pocket from drinking a shake. Whether they sell a quick start program, 100 points, boom, there's $5 in your pocket, 5% of 100, $5. You follow me? Okay, so that's that. So building your supervisor base, group volume is what moves you up the marketing plan. Get this in your notes. We haven't talked about this in a long time, and we definitely haven't talked about this to the newer people. Position determines income. Position determines income. Would you guys agree that in the corporate world, give a quick analogy, in the corporate world, the CEO, the president of the company, the CFO, the chief financial officer, you know, the managers, the district managers, do they all make more than the secretaries and the receptionist? Yes or no? Nod your head. I need some interaction. Yes or no? So that's called position. They got a different position. They got a different title. Okay? They bring more value probably to the marketplace. Maybe they studied their craft, whatever, and it takes a different skill level to be a vice president or a CFO, a chief financial officer, than it does to be a secretary, a receptionist, or work in the mailroom. So it's a different pay structure as well, because they bring more value to the marketplace. They got more skill. They put in the time, whatever. So it's no different in our company, except it doesn't take you 20 years to get to that 6-figure or above type of income. It take you maybe, 20 months, a year and a half. Some people are getting to millionaire team in 9 months, 10 months. You guys know what millionaire team members make, right? Anywhere but on average between 8 to 15 grand a month, millionaire team members. And we got people that are getting there in 9 months, 10 months, 11 months, 12 months, 14 months, 15 months. That's pretty good to be able to get to 8, 9, 10 grand a month in 15 months, isn't it? It's even better to get there in 12 months, even better to get there in 8 months. But who cares? What if it took you 17 months? 17 months is only a year and a half to get to 6 figures. Yep. Would that be so bad? Yes or no? Yes or no? Would that be so bad to get to the millionaire team in a year and a half? What type of quote sacrifices would you have to make? You have to stop watching some of your favorite TV shows, your favorite reality shows. Some of your this, some of your that ain't getting you where you want to go. Some of the people that you might been hanging out with that might not be supporting your six-figure a year income, right? And I'm not saying that those people are like harmful, because most people, they're not doing things to you on purpose. They're not like intentionally waking up with a plan to stop you from your dreams. But it just may be that they're not contributing to your growth. Yeah. Okay, not on purpose, but that's just not their deal. You know what I mean? So you got to start choosing, the people that you spend your time with, and all that type of stuff. Jim Rohn says spend major time with major people, minor time with minor people. Spend major time on major things, minor time on minor things. You guys got me? So you got to start making decisions like that, because it's all the little subtle things that you do over the next, 90 days, 90 days after that, 90 days after that, 90 days after that. That equals a year. 90 days after that, 90 days after that. Now we're at a year and a half. So essentially that's 6 90-day plans. Now we're at a year and a half, and every single one of you could be at 6 figures. What are you willing to do? What are you willing to do? How many shakes are you willing to drink? How many tacos are you willing to give up? How many Whataburgers are you willing to give up? I was at the gym tonight. Somebody talked about Taco Bell. I'm going, Taco Bell? I hadn't eaten at Taco Bell since I was 12. You might as well take me to Mr. D's. I ate there when I was 8. You know, Taco Bell, Chick-fil-A. I hadn't eaten Chick-fil-A. I was 13. Stopped drinking Cokes and Dr. Peppers when I was 15. It doesn't match. Working out with another guy the other night at the gym, and he talking about going to Sonic after his workout. What? How does that make sense? I'm fixing to go drink this after my workout, and you're talking about going to Sonic. You guys follow what I'm saying? So why am I bringing that up? Well, the choices and decisions that you make have to match the goals that you want. So if you want 6 figures, if you want the perfect body, right? If you want all that stuff, then you got to be making the right decisions, the little subtle decisions that you make every single day, starting with product usage, starting with the food that you put in your body, because that's what fuels your energy and your passion to go out there and help other people. They were real smart by putting some really incredibly incredible ingredients in these products that make you feel 10 feet tall and bulletproof and make you feel like you got magic dust that you can sprinkle on people. So you got to use and abuse this stuff, and then you can't go blow it by stopping at Whataburger and Taco Bell on the way home. Every time you do that, you just think about, oh, they're going to adjust my paycheck. That doesn't match. It doesn't match the same way it doesn't match with going to the gym and then saying I'm going to Sonic after the gym, get me a post-workout burger. What? Sonic? Who goes to Sonic? I mean, if y'all be going to Sonic, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but the point is it doesn't match because that's not the fuel that you want to have in your body. You're not leading by example, okay? Now that's an analogy for anything that you do, any of the decisions. I'm not just talking about Sonic or Taco Bell or whatever. That's an analogy for anything, okay? Because position determines income. Everything that you do needs to be in line with where you're wanting to go, the decisions that you make, the choices that you make. Closing out the month. Let's get back to that for a minute. Then I'm going to zip it, okay? Closing out the month. Nobody gets to Global Expansion Team, Millionaire Team, or President's Team until they learn the discipline, the skill, and the habit, and it's like a light switch. Boom, flick. 6 days to go, flick. 10 days to go, flick. 8 days to go, flick. 5 days to go, flick. Flip that switch, baby. It's 2-minute warning mode. What do you think football and basketball teams do? You think they go out there with a casualness about themselves? Oh, we got 3 minutes in the basketball game. Let me just stroll on out there in the huddle. But here's another game that we're going to lose. Geez, how long is he going to be on the team? Not long. Coach, you yank him right off the court, right off the field with that sort of casual attitude. They ain't winning championships with that attitude. You want to win the championship of life? You want to win the championship of business? You want to win the championship of getting to 6 figures? Adopt the championship mindset. Adopt the championship mentality. And part of that mentality is what? Closing out the month. You got to learn this skill. And closing out the month means, yes, changing lives. Yes, impacting people. All that stuff. But what it really means is what's the number in the box? What's the number in the box? Production. Production is the name of the game. Write it down, ladies and gentlemen. Production is the name of the game. When you produce more, you get more. Go back to sports. Those that produce the most in sports, guess what? They get the endorsements, they get the fame, they get the interviews on TV, they get the most valuable player award, they get the trophies. Chevrolet gives them a new Camaro because they were the MVP of the game, because they produced the most. Now, did they get lucky going out there just to produce the most on that game? Probably not. It was probably all those hours, late nights, early mornings, extra time, putting in the practice so they can develop and hone their skill. Make sense to you? Nod your head. That's what you got to do. So when you're listening to Mark Hughes, watching Mark Hughes, listening to Jim Rohn, being on the call here tonight, or going back and listening to the calls again because of repetition. Repetition is the mother of all learning. Repetition is the mother of all skill. So when you go back and listen to it again, you're like, oh my God, I didn't know he said that the first time. I missed that the first time because maybe you're too busy writing notes, or maybe the dog walked in, maybe the kid walked in, and you missed 2 minutes. Oh my goodness, that's the nugget. Repetition. So you put in those hours of learning and reading the playbook, learning the playbook. Then when it's time to play ball, then you can get the most valuable player award and move up the marketing plan. Does that make sense? Nod your head if that makes sense. Okay? Somebody's on the phone there. Oh, and I can't. Oh, they just muted. Let me find out who that is. Okay. I think it's. Let me see if I can mute that right there. Okay. It keeps. There you go. Now I'm almost through. Keep this in mind. When you're in the 2-minute warning mode, consider this. Just consider this. 70% of your income for the month is made in the 2-minute warning mode. Consider that. Just consider that. That's the game I've always played. 70%. So let's put it this way. If you're making 10 for easy adding, okay? If you're making 10 grand a month, or if you're gonna make 10 grand a month for the month of April, that means you've only made 3 grand so far. That means in the next 6 days for what you do, okay, is you're gonna make 7 grand in the next 6 days. Now, I don't have my calculator, but it would seem like that's more than $1,000 a day for your trouble. Somebody give me a witness. Who wants to earn $1,000 a day?
This guy.
You know what I'm saying? Hey.
Yes.
Hey. If you learn anything ever, learn what I'm telling you right now. It's the game I've always played. Okay? Now, if you're making 20 grand a month, that means if 70% is not made yet, that means that you've made 6 grand so far. Y'all watch your background noise. I think there's a telephone calling in. Let me see if I can mute it. There's 2 of them. Okay. That means you've made 6 grand so far. If you're going to make 20 grand this month, and 14 grand is still on the table in the next 6 days. Now, I don't have my calculator, but I can guarantee you that's more than 2 grand a day for your trouble. So even though some of you aren't going to make 10 grand this month, what are the chances that if you started playing with that philosophy that you'll get to 10 grand sooner? That you'll be a millionaire team member in 14 months, 12 months, 9 months, 8 months. Some of y'all got a head start. Morgan's already in qualification for global expansion team. So, of course, it ain't going to take her no 14 or 15 months because she's already got a big base built of leadership. You follow me? But if I'm talking brand new going for getting that in 14 months. But what if you adopted that? 70% of your income is going to be made in the next 6 days for this month. Now, if you're brand new and you want to make $1,000 a month, guess what? If 70% is going to be made in the next 6 days, you've made $300 so far this month. You're going to make $700 in the next 6 days. Don't have my calculator, but I think that's more than $100 a day. About 115, 118 a day. Who wants to make $118 a day in the next 6 days if you're new? Who wants to make $1,000? Who wants to make $1,000 a day? Have y'all made $1,000 a day before in your life? Maybe for 2 days, but how about every day? $1,000 a day, every day, even when you take Sunday off. Because maybe in the future you'll start taking Sundays off. Maybe some of you already do take Sundays off. Others that are like beast mode, you can't consider taking Sundays off. You're like, I can't stop. I can't stop. You know what I mean? Okay. But $1,000 a day is a pretty good income if you cut back a little bit. You can survive on that if you just cut back a little bit and monitor your spending habits. You guys follow me? All that is waiting for y'all if y'all develop this mindset and develop this skill. Develop it now. Just like Jim Rohn says, how can you handle 100 people if you can't even handle 2? Learn how to handle 1 person. Learn how to handle 2 people. And then 2 will turn into 4. 4 will turn into 8. 8 will turn into 16. 16 turns into 32. 32 turns into 64. 64 turns into 128. And I'm done adding. I'll quit while I'm ahead. I think the other one's 256 or something like that. It might be. Get your calculator. See if I can impress y'all. Okay? You guys follow me on this. Very, very important. If you didn't get this down in your notes, go replay the tape later. 70% comes in the 2-minute warning, and in this case, 6 days. Okay? Think of yourself as $1,000 a day earner for your trouble, for all the follow-up calls, for all the putting the whammy on people. That's what you get. That's how you get paid. $1,000 a day. Okay? $1,000 a day. Next, April, May, June. We got 90 days to extravaganza. Literally 90 days to extravaganza. So that's what a better time to, like, what's it called? Recalibrate. I guess that's a good word. Recalibrate, reestablish your commitment, reestablish your focus, and say, that was just warm up. Now I'm ready. Kind of like when you start your workout, warmed up. That was just warm up. Now my body's warm. Now let's hit it. The prepare is kicked in. Let's hit this thing. We got 90 days to extravaganza. And I want you to write this formula down. And I want you to trust me on this formula. First of all, I'm going to ask you to trust me first. Raise your hand if you trust me. Raise your hand if you trust me. Okay, I saw 3 people that didn't raise your hand. Maybe it'll take me a couple more weeks. I'll gain your trust. No problem. I'm joking with y'all, by the way. Here's the deal. Trust me on this one. 90 days to extravaganza. If you string 3 90-day plans together, write it in your notes. 90 plus 90 plus 90 equals financial freedom. 90 plus 90 plus 90 equals financial freedom. How many months is 3 90-day plans? Somebody tell me. Get your calculator. How many months? Oh, I see a little one up there. He's got his hand up. He knows.
9.
Unmute yourself.
9.
9 months.
Boom! He's going to be a president's team member. He's going to be your diamond underneath you, Celeste. That's unbelievable. 9 months. Is 9 months too much to give up? 90 plus 90 plus 90 with focus, determination like you've never had before. Some commitments, some reestablishing your focus. You know what I mean? Reprioritizing some things, learning how to close the month, studying, staying up late study, get up early study, listening to the stuff to study all the time. So you're an Herbalife Terminator, right? And all of a sudden, boom, snap your fingers 9 months later and you're in qualification for a millionaire team. Would that be worth it is what I'm saying. And then you walk into 2019 in full-on beast mode. By the end of 2019, you'd be collecting your diamond. President's team pin. Would that be worth it? Would that be worth it? I'm telling you, trust me when I tell you, string together 3 90-day plans, 90 plus 90 plus 90. But don't even worry about the 2 other plans, the 90 and the 90 after the first 90. The only thing that you want to concentrate on is a 90-day plan to the extravaganza. Get that one under your belt. Because when you get the first one under your belt, a solid 90-day plan, okay, then guess what? Now you got the muscle. Now you got the rhythm. Now you got it up here. Extravaganza will do the rest. I won't have to convince you after the extravaganza to just string 2 more 90-day plans together. You're going to do that on your own. You understand? I'll try to message you and you go, I ain't got no time for you right now. I'm involved in my 90-day plan. That's how focused you'll be after the extravaganza. So get that first one under your belt is what I'm saying. Okay? Everybody clear? Okay, I'm done. Let's go quick. Who wants to share? I know we got some people popping up the marketing plan. I've been getting messages over the last few days. I've been seeing some social media stuff. So proud of y'all. Y'all share some nuggets with the team. Let's go ladies first. And by the way, Morgan's second cut this month, we're going to blow that out of the water. We're going to blow that second cut out of the water. Let's start with Morgan. How far away are we?
5,000 away.
All right. What's our deadline? What's our deadline so it's in early?
The deadline is the 29th.
What's the 29th? Saturday?
Sunday.
Oh, is it? Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't have my calculator. You knew that, though.
Yeah. Because the 30th is Monday. So the 29th is going to be it's going to be a done deal. It's probably going to be done before the 29th, but the 29th is the deadline for it to be done. Everybody's just really focused in on their goals. And that's really just like the culture that we want to create, because you sign up for this business for you. You sign up for the financial freedom for your life. You sign up for your vision and what you see for your life. So of course we come together as a team and we love on each other and rally together as a team and build each other up as a team. But ultimately, you need to really focus in on what you want in your life. You have to be doing this for you. So when you start doing this for you and you start doing this with a lot of love in your heart for other people around you, then magnificent things happen to you. So the focus is everybody's in cuts. Every single person on my team is in cuts. So we're not going to miss any of our cuts. None of us are going to miss any of our cuts. And that's just going to add up to us smashing second cut of Get.
Boom. That's so powerful, Morgan. Can I get all of your team? Sorry, I was just doing a post of that. Isn't that awesome? But I was listening to everything. Can I get your team enrolled to let's bump it up by one day and just for the story. Just for the story. Who's in for that game? Can y'all hear me? I heard a little bit of background problem. Can y'all still hear me?
I can hear you. I'm in.
I think Morgan.
I'm in.
Morgan oh, Morgan, you went down there. Morgan, what do you think about that? Can we bump it up by one day? Let's smash it by Saturday. Your team's up for it. I think Morgan is free.
I'm up for it. Let's go, y'all. Her phone went bananas. She signed out and signed back in.
Oh, I got you. But
I'm in. Your boy is in. Your boy is all the way in. 10 toes, 10 fingernails, all my hair files. I'm in.
That's awesome. Go ahead, Alice. Boy, girl. You got the floor.
So as Morgan was saying, and that's kind of my concept for my team as well, and everybody that I know, is that I want you to go for what you want, and I want you to go after what you want. That's all I preach, is focus on what you want, focus on what you got to get over to get it, and once you get it, no matter how hard you work for it, you can say that you got it. It's always about the story. So these next 6 days, I watched Raquel last month go ham. I watched Terrence go ham. I watched Andrea go ham all month. I watched Sharad go ham. So listen, the next 6 days, if you haven't went ham yet, this is your time to go ham and get recognition from everybody, because guess what? That's what you're going to love. That's what's going to make you stick. That's what's going to make you stay, because you finally get recognized for the hard work that you've done, and it's going to be genuine. It's going to be real love, and when they see you, they're going to high-five you, they're going to hug you, they're going to say, congratulations, tell me what you did, right? So listen, the next 6 days, this is all I want you to do. Close your eyes and believe. So listen, close your eyes and believe. All of those no's you've been getting, all those no's, I just want you to switch it and believe that they all yes, they all yes, they all yes. Money here, money there, boom, life change here, life change there. So close your eyes, see all the no's, X them out, and believe they all yeses. Yes, 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 yes. The next 6 days, imagine getting 10 yeses every day. Trial pack, cellulose, full program, it doesn't matter. Everything is a yes. Talk to everybody. You go and get gas, talk to the cashier. You at the jewelry store buying some new bling bling, talk to the person behind the counter. Like you in a hospital, sit there, talk to the nurse when they come. Like wherever you at, talk to everybody you see, because everybody you talk to gonna tell you yes if you believe it, right? And listen, this is the goal. Put I'm about to. When I get excited, I do use profanity. The next 6 days, put a shitload of money in your pocket, because a shitload of money in your pocket means that you have changed a lot of people get out of shitty situations. So everybody's gonna tell you yes. Stop complaining, stop whining, stop worrying, and go to work. Believe. Let's get it.
Yeah. Fantastic. I love that. I love that. Somebody's on the products. Somebody's using the I'm not going to say how much product you're using, but I think you know how much product he's using by the language he's using.
Hey, you said double up, triple up, and
Yeah,
I'm
clear.
throwing it back. I'm throwing it back. Let's go.
If I keep having dialogue with you, you're going to get me in trouble because then you're going to make me say something I shouldn't say. But no, that's good. That's perfect. Okay. And I know, by the way, that we got some new people bumping up the market and new distributors. I've been seeing y'all sign up new people on the NCL page and all that good stuff. So make sure that y'all recognize any level changes and all that good stuff tonight as well. Okay. So any other lady? Is that Sharon? Go ahead, baby. Can you unmute it? Here, let me try it. Let me try it. Don't do nothing. What is going on? Oh, there.
That is okay.
Oh, there you go.
Just for new promotions, we have Celeste, new supervisor as of yesterday, day before.
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's go.
She worked so hard for it. I'm so proud of her. And
That is so fantastic.
I don't know if you want to say anything, Celeste. I'm sure you got a few words. As you say, you don't have many words.
Well, I'm just humble, CJ. Thank you so much for leading me and guiding me to the right direction. And I'm so glad and proud that you are my sponsor, the go-to person. You never get tired of me calling, hey, you got a minute? Sure, I got a minute. I'm in class. Sure, I have 10 minutes. So thank you so much for being there for me. I'm just still learning and really soaking up as a sponge.
That's
Thank you.
Congratulations. And how long ago did you sign up? You didn't sign up that long ago, did you?
February 14th.
February. So what do we got? February, then March, then April. Geez, it took 2 months, basically a little more than 2 months. Congratulations. That is so hot. Now keep in mind, she can tag someone on. She gets somebody this month, Sharon, for 1,000 points that does 1,000 within that 2-month accumulated period of time. Then that person can be a supervisor too. So this is a good time for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
And y'all remember, what you focus on is what you attract. So if you're focused on that, then, and you put some, belief and work behind it, then I'm preaching to the choir, you can do it. You can do it. So just focus on it, and you can walk into May with your first supervisor underneath you. And then that supervisor can go to the extravaganza, and 2 or 3 years later can be a diamond, a president's team member underneath you, all as a result of you focusing on it this month, getting a supervisor underneath you. Never underestimate the power of focus and intention and thought of what it can turn into. You guys got me? It's not just that you're getting a supervisor this month. It's what can happen 2 or 3 years later as a result of that focus this month, that concentrated focus, and that person could be your diamond underneath you. It's happened. It's happened many times before in Herbalife. Not everybody that signs up as a distributor, as the supervisor, stays at that position. A lot of them move up. Okay? Fantastic. Congratulations, Celeste.
Thank you very much, sir.
How old is your son?
He'll be 5 on April 30th.
Perfect. 9 more years and he can sign up. Just keep him learning, keep him learning, keep him learning. He'll already be a president's team member in his mind by the time he's 14.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome. I love it when
the
kids are involved in this early,
Oh, can I just say this? My son, he's in love with CJ, so he wants to say hi to CJ. There, say hi to CJ.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, look at him.
Man, he was at the gym.
He's putting on his charm now. Look at him. He's putting on his charm right now. Unbelievable. Look at him. Little Garen Jones right there. Look at him. Look at him. Oh, you're going to be a superstar. What's his name?
Sergey.
Sergey?
Yes.
He's going to be a superstar.
Thank you, sir. What did you say?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for being on the call.
It's my
Great
pleasure.
to see you. I want to see you every week for the next 9 years until you sign up.
Yes, sir. You should say yes, sir.
Yeah. That's right.
Thank you.
Thank you, sweetheart. Congratulations. All right, who's next? Who's next? Let's go. Rapid fire. We got any boys? We've been boy, girl, boy, girl. Any boys?
Yeah, I'll jump off mute and be the guy this time. I just want to say congratulations to Andrea Skipper for smashing senior consultant, and also received 250 volume points for being a qualified producer. After the minor setback of losing 180 non-documented volume points because we were receiving trial packs in the negative, and that's actually my fault. So I take full blame and responsibility for that. But you know, we got that. That was just a little stumbling block. We caught fire from that and just went up from there. And I actually smashed second cut active supervisor.
Wow. Fantastic.
Yes, sir. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Congratulations to both of you. That's hot, man. And so I assume we'll be seeing her as a qualified producer by the end of the month. Who'd you say that was, Raquel?
Andrea Skipper. No,
Andrea.
I'm going to see her as supervisor for the end of the month.
Oh, there she is down there on my left, on the bottom of the left. Congratulations, Andrea. I think she's in her car. That's awesome. Awesome. Beautiful.
Thank you. I'm driving, y'all. Sorry.
Oh, got you. She's driving. Okay, pay attention to the road. Beautiful. Good job, guys. Good job. Okay, girls. Boy, girl, boy, girl. Any other?
Hey, this is Ren. I want to chime in and say congratulations to Trish. She's one of my newest distributors. Came on April the 8th, and she has made the cut of new senior consultant as of today.
Fantastic. And she joined April 8th?
Yes, and this is also her first cut of DAP. I think she's trying to go up for qualified producer before the end of the month, so that's her goal. She was on. I know she was kind of doing some things with trying to get situated at home, so not sure if she's still on, but she was on the call a little while ago. She may have dropped, but yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Shout out.
Congratulations, Trish. That's beautiful. Yeah, get her a qualified producer by the end of the month, then she'll have the foundation for a supervisor
Cool.
in the following month. I never like to talk about the following month, but that's a good plan, though. And she just signed up, man. Good action, Ren. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How about Terry up there joining us? She just opened a club up in Connecticut about 6 weeks ago or something like that, and things are completely out of control. What's going on up there?
Elsie, you know I love you. Yeah, so this will be our first month. April will be our first month of a full month with the Nutrition Club. Things are going super, super well. We're hitting numbers that we thought we wouldn't hit until 6 months in. We are doing between 70 and 90 sales a day. We've peaked over 100 on 3 or 4 days, and it's just getting better all the time. So it's been really, really great. Because we're just getting started, we're just building that momentum. I do know that I have a new coach, Brooke. I believe she's on her phone. She was having trouble getting Zoom loaded tonight, so I believe she's on her phone tonight here. She was a preferred member. She converted just last night. And our goal is to get her in her first cut of DAP before the end of the month, get some cash money in her pocket, desperately needed. And so she's highly ambitious. She's been doing a fantastic job working at the club during the day, and got lots of people coming in and getting their first shake in their tea. And we're definitely building momentum.
That's serious. And for y'all that don't know Terry got a full-time job on top of that.
Yeah, I don't work the club during the day. My daughter, this is a club that I opened with my daughter. My daughter is the one that is operating the club daily, but we're doing this together. It's my retirement plan because I have a very demanding full-time corporate job, and this is going to get me out of there. So I'm all in for 90, 90, 90. Glenn and I've talked about what that royalty.
Let's go, Terry.
Like for me. I'm in, Earl. I'm in. Time to get out.
What's up over here, girl? Let's go.
That's hot, man. That is so hot. Oh, and y'all check this out. think about this too when y'all are out there, because obviously when we're together, or if you're at an STS, it's easy when you're all amongst a group that you all have the like-minded goals and we're all in it. It's easy, right? Here, or it's easy at an STS when everybody's like all the same. But when you're out there in the normal, regular world or whatever, and you're the king or the queen, you're the Mark Hughes of your neighborhood or your city or whatever, keep in mind also, okay, because sometimes working for a higher purpose, you end up being more inspired than doing it for your own personal goals or your own bank account or whatever your own personal stuff is, because there's a lot of attachment that comes with that for your own personal stuff, for your own personal sake. Out of self-preservation, of course, you're going to work for your own personal good as well. But play this mental game sometime, because keep in mind, there's people that are in this organization that are counting on you. There's people in this organization that if you make the decision, like, and I'm going to use this phrase, to break away from the pack, I'm going to make the decision to break away from the pack. I'm going to make the decision to break away from the herd. I'm going to make a decision to sprint. I'm going to make a decision, and I'm going to do this also for the story, not for the money. I'm going to do it for the people that I'm going to inspire directly and indirectly. Because you'll end up inspiring Andrea down there that's at Costco. Looks like Costco. Or you'll end up inspiring Sharon. Or you'll end up inspiring Celeste. And you might not even know it. You might just say 3 minutes on a call like tonight. And then by whatever you're doing, that you make decisions, that you're skyrocketing and whatever, with blinders on and you're not looking back, then all of a sudden, guess what? Celeste does. It's like dominoes. Celeste starts thinking in her head when she lays her head down on the pillow tonight, I ain't gonna let Terry beat me. She got a corporate job. Are you kidding me? I got more time than her to spend. I can't let Terry beat me. Those are little thought processes that end up happening. So I'm saying, y'all try that on. Take that on, because you end up inspiring a lot of other people that you don't even know that you're inspiring. And then 6 months later, when they're hitting global expansion team, they'll meet you at Extravaganza and say, you know, remember that call about 6 months ago? You said this, you said that. You go, no, I don't remember that. I don't remember saying that. And you go, and they go, well, I do. I remember you said this, and I wrote those, and that affected me, that impacted me. And I set my husband down, I set my wife down, and we did this, and I put a plan together, and that was the moment. You guys understand things like that happen. So keep that in mind when you're out there doing it and making these decisions, not just doing it for yourself, but you're going to inspire a lot of other people to change their own darn lives as well. All right, give me a witness on that, and then we'll move on.
So then I have one more thing real quick also.
Yes, ma'am.
And also, Sebastian, he is so close to his first cut for DAP also. So congrats to him.
Where's Sebastian at? Where are you at?
He's in the dark.
Oh, up there. There he is. Congratulations.
Yeah, so close.
Hey, Ren. Show them that bag that you got your bag in your room.
How do I get my bag?
Yeah.
Got to show them that bag, man. Because I tell you what, when Sebastian sees that bag, he'll have that DAP done by tomorrow. I'm so jealous. I can't even get that bag. I got to find the manufacturer just so I can go get it, buy one, something. I love that. But look at that bag. Now turn it around. Show them the real side. Oh, look at all the.
We can see you, Ren.
Can you see it?
No. Let me see what it looks like, because I need to know when I'm getting mine.
Yeah, put it near the camera.
Oh.
No.
It's so full of money, you can't even pick it up. Look at that. Bag full of
there
money.
you go.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at
Lovely.
that. Oh, come on. And you get a lot of other stuff too. You get to, what else
I'm
you get?
telling you the mail.
Towel, bottles. Ooh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Come on, Sebastian. You take a shower with that, wipe yourself off with that thing, you be rubbing it all over yourself, all that 24 towel. Come on. That's fantastic. Yeah, you got to get that bag. Got to get that bag. You can fit a lot of money in that bag.
Yep.
Just for doing 500 points 3 months in a row, working that muscle. Fantastic. All right, let's move quick. Who else? Who else?
I want to introduce one. You guys don't know her, but she's on freaking fire. Her name is Lanthea, and she's down at the bottom in that row with that beautiful button on that she earned. All right, girl, come on, here, let's rock.
Where? Where's the robe? On the iPhone?
Yeah, that's her right there.
Look at her in her robe and button. And what did you say she did, Alcie?
You can hear me? So what she ended up doing is last month, she went ahead and cleaned up and did senior consultant. And then maybe in the middle of this month, maybe like the second week, she did qualified producer. And she's only like 700 something points away from supervisor, and she's claimed it, as well as claimed 2 preferred members and 2 distributors. And I just want y'all to hear her story because she has another full-time story, and she's super shy, so I'm about to push her to grow right now. I do stuff like that, so let's get it.
Yeah, she's so shy, she'll talk for 15 minutes. Watch, it never fails. Go ahead.
Yeah, share with us.
I don't have a story.
You don't have what? Nah, she's just playing with you. Come on, everybody wants to hear you. You got to talk for at least 10 seconds. Just say anything. Anything. No, unmute. Try it. Let me see if I can do it. Oh, it's not unmuting. Try it. It ain't. Nope, can't hear you. Oh, oh, there it is. Oh, I think we both did it. Okay, go ahead.
Why you had to put me on the spot though, Alcie?
Because what I just talked about, you might impact somebody else. They want to hear from you.
They do. Well,
It's okay. Hey, what you've done is incredible, and you're going to pop supervisor in the next 6 days. That's incredible. That's incredible.
3 days.
And oh, see?
Pushing
See? I said 6, she said 3. See?
Pushing it. Morgan, 3 days.
Boom.
Boom. 10 seconds.
It's done.
All right.
Get that done, and then let's get the president's team. You understand?
I'm going all the way up.
Boom. That's awesome. Congratulations. Very proud of you. Congratulations.
Let's go. I love you, girl. Oh, and then she just super shy. It's gonna get better. But she ended up getting her extravaganza ticket too after we talked. She got her cow boot ready, and she ready to party and everything. So it's about to be off the chain.
Boom. There you go. There you go. Well, listen, guys, we're 15 minutes over our 45-minute call. If anybody wants to say something, you better say it in 20 seconds, and then we're done.
Yeah, Glenn.
Yeah.
You got my last text?
Yeah.
Enjoy the show, buddy. Talk to you later.
Tell everybody else. Spend 10 more seconds, and that's it.
All I did was tell Glenn, enjoy the show. The momentum's hitting, baby. We know what it looks like. Let's go.
Yeah. 6 days, let's go get paid. 6 days, let's go get paid. And make sure, hey, listen. I know y'all got business builders, and I know y'all got team members that maybe they work or they go to church on Wednesday night, things like that. No problem. And I know that people watch this after the fact, the next day. But when you're in the 2-minute warning mode, you can't be waiting until no Friday or Saturday to watch tonight's call, right? I'm gonna load it tonight. Okay. Last week I had problems loading it, so I didn't get it loaded till the next day. It's gonna be loaded tonight. So reach out to your team members if they weren't all on, and have them watch the full broadcast so they can be on the same page that you're on. Because if you're trying to work with your team and they're missing this stuff, they ain't on the same page. Trust me. And it's challenging to work with people that ain't on the same page as you mentally, isn't it? So make life easy for yourself and Of course, they got to make a move too. They move, you move. They move, you move. Okay? You learn, then I'll help you grow. If you don't learn, then I can't help you because we ain't on the same page. You follow me? All right, all right, all right. Let's do it. Let's close strong. Take lots of products. Love all of y'all. Let's make magic in the next 6 days. All right?
Let's go. Love you, Tammy.
Wake up.
Peace out.